What's up, music fans of the internet and elsewhere? I'm Kevin,
I'm Derek.
and we are last week's album back with another album review this week. But before we begin, we'll start like we always do, drinking a beer. Cheers,
Cheers.
Derek. And cheers everyone watching at home. So without further ado, we will jump right in. This week we are reviewing an album called Blur the Line by a group called Those Darlins, not to be confused with Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke and crew. Although, I'm not sure if you can see this, they both do involve the naked female form, as you can see from the album cover there, as well as a couple dudes. So, yeah, just for a little background on the band, they are, in fact, two ladies and two dudes from Nashville, and this is the third album they've released, follow-up to 2011's Screws Get Loose, which we reviewed way back when we were still in written form, and that was awesome, and this one is also great. So with that, let's jump right into Sounds Like. Derek, what does it sound like?
Kevin, I thought Blur the Line sounded like the Runaways meets the Honeybadgers, because these chicks and dudes just do not give a shit.
That's true. That's true. Fair assessment. They do not really give a shit. I'm going to go with sounds like country punk rockers sonically and lyrically chill out on the angst in favor of acceptance. You will hear us touch on that theme in this review. So, brings us to key tracks. Derek, what are your key tracks?
Kevin, my key tracks are Optimist and Can't Think.
Nice. I will agree with you on Optimist. However, my second key track is Oh God. And I will kick us off with that one. I believe it's the album opener. It's also one of the first singles off the album. It's this poetic, folky slice of life set to chill, almost creepy, psychedelic country. It's got this hooky melody that grabs you right from the start that they play on both guitar and vocals together. And then there's jangly echoing guitars, moments of Asian flair, soft percussion and thumping bass, and ultimately I really liked it because it's this nice slow build that starts the album off well. You can tell they're a little bit different, a little bit quirky, and gives you a taste of what you can expect on the album. So I dug it. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention it builds to this awesome psych rock guitar solo shreddage, which you should definitely check out. Derek, tell us why you liked Optimist.
Optimist opens with fuzzy guitar, steady bass snare drum beat, icy cool vocals. Really sounded to me at least like a Joan Jett reset, a la the Runaways reference earlier. The lyrics, though, are not entirely in line with the track title, Optimist, as they're come across very jaded and, dare I say, almost pessimistic. Despite that, the lyrics are incredibly relatable, as it talks about, and how I see it is, as we all slowly age and move down the path towards curmudgeondom, unfortunately at the expense of optimism. And I really kind of, and maybe this is my own viewpoint being on that path to curmudgeondom, I really kind of identified it. Later on it builds to a lively psychic country guitar solo, which I'm borrowing your description from earlier, followed by a soft bridge where they really once again hone in on the acceptance of being less optimistic. And I really thought the first line of the song here really well encapsulated this. Used to be an optimist, it got too dangerous. And I think that really well encapsulates just growing old and accepting that things aren't always going to go your way.
Derek, don't succumb to curmudgeondom, whatever you do. Remain an optimist, my friend. I also liked this track for some of the same reasons you did. Upbeat garage pop, I'm calling it, with banging drums and tambourines, fast-paced lyrics, sludgy bass, surf rock guitars, all mixed together really nicely. And as you mentioned, I really like the poppy sound juxtaposed against these dark, sort of resigned lyrics. Yeah, definitely playing against that theme of acceptance that you hear on the album, blurring the lines between old and young, black and white, male and female. So yeah, Nice pick. Tell us about your next key track, Derek.
Can't Think. This one opens with a hazy, floating electric guitar riff, really kind of easy or almost slow-paced bass snare beat, and very vulnerable vocals, excuse me. The chorus really shifts gears as it turns the corner into, with the help of a strummed acoustic guitar, really sounds much brighter, incredibly catchy melody here. The lyrics, once again, talking about acceptance and accepting things for how they are, describes the turmoil associated with losing a lover, complete with childhood euphemisms, cliches, littered with F-bombs. And not only that, it raises really big questions that I'm still looking for answers to, such as, what's the fun in fun if your brain says no?
That was one of my favorite lines from that song as well. Good pick. What is the fun?
Overall, great song. Really enjoyed it.
All right, that brings us to best lyric. Derek, what do you got?
Well, thanks for pitching it this way, because I kind of set myself up with a segue there. This comes from Can't Think, and it comes back to the F-bombs littered throughout there. Well, not entirely littered, placed well. And my best lyric here is, "Wishing I knew how to handle this urge to fight and win. All my pride is going to leave me heart-fucked again." Frankly, I've never heard the word heart-fucked. I love it, and I just thought it was a great lyric.
Yeah, well, Derek, I'm going to have to see your F-bomb and return it, you fucker, because you stole my best lyric. It's the exact same line, exact same song, Can't Think. Wishing I knew how to handle this urge to fight and win. All my pride is going to leave me heart-fucked again. And I love it for the exact same reason. She just invents this word that you don't hear often. And, you know, that alludes to one of the stronger points of the album, which is the lyric writing. So, way to go, Derek. We agree. All right, overall rating. What are you giving it?
Kevin, I thought long and hard on this, but I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Overall, musically, I thought it was kind of slow at times and didn't really grab my attention as much as some of their earlier work, especially Screws Go Loose. However, I will say the lyrics here are just incredibly strong. Trying to pull out one best lyric was difficult when there were just tons to pull from. As I kind of alluded to earlier, I thought the lyrics were incredibly relatable. No matter your gender, sexual preference, or station in life, or whatever. There were just times when their lyrics just cut to the bone and can relate to anyone. I really enjoyed that. However, the music and sonic side just didn't capture my attention and keep me engaged as much as their lyrics. I'm looking forward to more stuff from them in the future, you know, kind of capture the energy that they had on previous work, but maintain this exceptional lyricism that just blew me away.
All right, well, we're going to continue to agree, Derek. I'm also giving it a 3 out of 5, again, for many of the same reasons. As mentioned earlier, I thought the lyrics were probably the strongest point of the album. This very vivid, occasionally grotesque imagery that she uses, toilet seat, war paint, maggot brain, minotaur, prickly pear, tumor, words you don't hear very often in lyrics. And I thought that was one of the strong points that did maintain my interest. I agree with you that it did wane at times, and I did start to lose interest on some of the slower stuff. But I do think the lyrics, along with the melodies, keep you listening just enough. And I'm guessing that it's going to be one of those albums that grows on you with time. I think it's growing on me a little bit with every listen. And yeah, it's not the same amount of energy as past lyrics, notably Screws Get Loose, but I think it's more thoughtful and balanced than previous albums. So yeah, overall number 3 out of 5, and like you, Derek, looking forward to what they do next. Sort of seeing how they merge that level of energy with some more thoughtful songwriting. So we will see. There you have it, guys. Another review from yours truly here at last week's album, Blur the Line by Those Darlins. Check them out. Great band. As always, I am Kevin.
I'm Derek.
And we are last week's album, talking about good music. Tell us what you think, guys. we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.